What's going on, y'all? Polo Sports Talking Entertainment here again with another one. Hit the like button, sub to the channel if you're not a member, and hit the notification so that you're able to get all of my content and all of my videos. Now, it's time for the get down, okay? And while we're talking about Aiden earlier, I know what Aiden and the Suns are capable of, okay? And the reason why I do mention Aiden in this matchup, um, that is about to come up versus us is because everybody's on the fact that you know Embiid is MVP and all this other stuff. Well, I'm gonna tell you that today Embiid has to show up in this game in order to really solidify his chances of being an MVP because you have to take into account earlier in the year in February, on February the 8th, we took an L against them. Okay. Um, you know, you know, uh, Doc. I'm gonna start with Doc because we can't give all the smoke to Embiid. I'm gonna start with Doc. You know, Doc has always been defensive minded. He's been a defensive minded coach, and while he's been defensive minded and he's been a motivator to some degree, he he really is not on the coaching level of a Monty Williams, okay? And I know people are going to be like, well, he's one of the top, coaches in NBA history. He has a 2008 final, yada, yada, yada. But he really hasn't shown up in the last several years. He's came up short a lot of times. And listen, you're talking about a guy that has a lot of great respect for one Dot Rivers. Okay. Now, the last game that we played, okay, it wasn't it wasn't Embiid that was the brilliant factor in the game. Okay, uh, the reason is because while he had 34 points and had 12 rebounds, he was still a -4. Okay, and the important person, or I should say, the important people in that game was Niang, uh, and it was Maxi to a degree, okay, because Maxi had a brilliant all around game, uh, and he was really pushing the pace. But it was Embiid, and at that time we had Curry on our team. They were the ones that really, you know, they came up short in that game for us, and it was a crucial turnover by Embiid, and that's what I'm saying. He had the ability to be a choke artist. Now, here's the thing. Everybody talks about all this, you know, and yes, I do maintain what I said and I'm standing on what I said. DeAndre Ayton, if he keeps up and he keeps up the pace that he's playing at, he'll be likely to be uh, at a Hall of Famer. What's up with the grind? I see you in the building. He'll he will likely be a Hall of Famer. Okay. Now they had all their guns earlier in the year. Okay, they had all of their guns. They had they had Chris Paul. They had Mikal Bridges. They had DeAndre Ayton, Devin Booker, and of course Jay Crowder. Okay, all five starters were not in the negative. They were all in the positive. And while everybody is just throwing away what DeAndre Ayton does, what Mikal Bridges does, what Devin Booker does, even what CP3 does, even what Crowder does, even what some of the guys that come off the bench does. Guess what? They had a well balanced of scoring. They had uh, all five, well, all four starters all five starters, um, with the exception of Jay Crowder, were in double figures. But Jay Crowder still had an all around. He had a great defensive game. You know, he didn't need to score any points. He was the one that was forcing the turnovers. And then on top of that, what you also have to realize is that the one the one that had the bulk of the turnovers was Chris Paul that game. Other than that, nobody really had any turnovers. I mean, Aiden had two turnovers, but he had 10 points. He had a block, and also had 6 rebounds. Okay. Now, somebody might say, okay, well, those aren't Hall of Fame numbers. No, they're not, but they got the win. They got the win. And the thing about it is you want Aiden to be, the number one option, always getting the ball, always scoring and stuff. He was still efficient. He shot 5 of 8 from the field. That's efficient. Devin Booker was taking bulk of the shots. It was Chris Paul that took quite a few shots. And Mikal Bridges that game he took a lot of shots, which is not of the norm. But either way, he was still efficient, shooting 9 of 14. But you go back and you go look at you know the 76ers. Tyrese Maxey, he shot poorly. Okay, Curry, he shot poorly. Yeah, Curry and between Curry and Maxey, they were very inefficient from 3 pointers. Maxey only had 0 of 4 from 3 pointers, and Curry shot 1 of 6. In total, he shot 1 of 9. Maxey shot 5 of 16. That's horrible. Tobias, I mean, I'm sorry, yeah, Tobias Harris was our only efficient guy. He shot 13 of 18, and then Embiid had 13 of 25, but he was 2 of 8 from three. You know, while Tobias Harris shot 50% from three. So all this stuff, and he shot 100% from the line too. Now everybody wants to sit up here and talk about, oh yeah, well, Tobias Harris, he's not beneficial. No, we need Tobias Harris in this game to be efficient because he was a +2. One of the only couple of pluses that was on the game besides Green, Niang, and him. You know, but it still comes back down to we have a new team. We got Harden in the mix now. Harden playing against the Suns, uh, he's not going to be able to keep up with the pace. Okay, he's just not. He's not going to be able to keep up with the pace. I know we're number one in the league right now, but as I was telling, wait, what earlier, I said that doesn't matter because if we lose tonight, and let's say Boston wins, Boston could potentially they'll be in that number one spot. I like what Phoenix is doing. You know, I like what we're doing, but I don't like what we're doing defensively. I don't like how we're playing down the stretch of games, and that's a key thing. Everybody looks at they want Aiden to get out there and put up 40 and put up 30 and all this other stuff. Okay, if he was in Jokic's situation, that that would be different, because Jokic, of course, you're gonna call because he doesn't have his full guns, but he's still able to get it, and he's still got a well-rounded game too. What do you think Aiden is? And Aiden has gotten better every season now. Embiid, okay. Let's get on Embiid for a second. If Embiid can play like he did against Milwaukee, sealing the deal against Giannis, and being able to seal the deal tonight against the Phoenix, he'll him and Jokic will possibly have the case because everybody's already calling Embiid the MVP. Even though I don't particularly agree with that. I look at it an MVP has to show up in big games too. It can't just be, oh, you show up, when you want to. No, you have to show up every single game, no matter what. You might have some games here where you struggle here and there, but that's why some people are putting Giannis above a guy like Embiid. And on top of that, the fact that Giannis has maintained consistency throughout the whole entire season, even with everything that all the struggles that the Milwaukee Bucks have have gone through. Our coaching deficiencies are not good. You know, Doc, his rotations have always been suspect. I maintain that, and he's going to continue to get exposed each and every time. We're not even. I mean, we're 10th in the league, like I said, in defensive efficiency. Phoenix is Phoenix is number 3. So just let that sink in. They all they got to do is win the defensive side of the ball, and they'll win the game. The last time that we played them, they out rebounded us. Okay, they have more blocks than us. We had the same number of steals, but while we had the same number of steals, we had we won the turnover. We won in the turnover department, meaning that we had more than them, which means that they capitalized on the points off of our turnovers. Yeah, we might have outshot them, but they won the defensive battle really when you talk about rebounds and when you talk about blocks. You know, he's got to show up in this game no matter what. Bro, I think teams in the East will see and expect Philly. We're looking at Nets versus Sixers first round. Maybe so. That could change though because Boston is on our heels. If they win tonight and we lose, Boston is number one live wire. You know. Yes, yes, Stephen Green. This is a test. We lost to them. We're 0-1 against Phoenix. We're 0-1. I'll put the link in here too if y'all want to come in and chop it up. We're 0-1. And remember that last game, we played poorly, Stephen Green. We played poorly. And that's what I was telling. Listen, if you go back and you go look at that game, we had the game. We lost 109 114. We barely lost, but guess what it was? Embiid made a foolish turnover in the end. Yeah, the East is tied. I wish the Bulls could get a deep bench. Well, see, Livewire, and I put the link in there, man. If you want to come in and chop it up, man. Um, the thing about it is that with Chicago, Billy Donovan, man, I have a lot of respect for Billy Donovan, but there you go again with the with the with the coaching deficiency. Okay, Billy Donovan is horrible at making adjustments down the stretch too. What's going on, Stephen? Man?
What's up, Paula? What's going on, man?
Not a lot, chilling, man. What's going on?
Um, this gonna be a test for us, not only just for us, but this is our statement game of where the Sixers stand. I mean, we need games like this before the playoffs started to see who we are, me as a team. Um, Elamine, he been playing borderline. He need to step his game up. He's not gonna get a pass from me. Hard need to do better. Like you said earlier about Maxi, he's improving, he's stepping up. So this is a test for us because if we win this, we will be the number one seed. But we're gonna be that number one seed. We're gonna have to stay the number one seed for the playoffs. So I'm gonna really pay attention at this game because, like you say, last time we 0-1. Now is our turn to show as we contenders or we pretenders. And that's one of the reasons why I'm going to watch this game. Don't you
Well,
agree?
yeah, absolutely. You got to look at it, man. We lost the rebounding battle, not by much, but nevertheless, they still out rebounded us. And while everybody's, talking about this MVP battle, and, Embiid, MVP stuff like that, you see Aiden, he's winning games. Everybody's like, oh well, I don't have Aiden in the top five of a category of big men. Well, I can't take your basketball rhetoric seriously because you're talking about a guy who's shooting 64.4% from field goal range. That's head and shoulders above what Embiid is shooting right now. And then on top of that, he's more mobile, and then he doesn't make crucial mistakes down the end. And like Hitman X was saying that he's got the pick and pop as well as the pick and roll working too. Now I know some people that they're prisoners of the moment. Stephen Green, they look at, oh look how many buckets he gets, and oh man, he's got a double double, and then when he gets to the playoffs, guess what happens? Matter of
Right,
fact, look at this. My last point, icing on the cake, right?
right.
Aiden made it to the finals. When's the last time Embiid made it to the finals? Oh, okay, okay.
Z,
Now, but everybody like, oh yeah, Aiden, he ain't this and he ain't that, he ain't putting up 20. Look, man, listen, I don't need, like I told you, I don't need a big to put up 20 and 10 and have 5 blocks. Matter of fact, I'd rather you have 15 rebounds, give me about 6 blocks, and maybe give me 10 or 12 points. That sounds like Jared Allen, don't
yeah, that's what that's what I agree. And we gotta give credit to Tobias Harris because he,
Yeah.
he's been stepping up.
Hmm.
So we got good guards. Like it's like you were saying a couple of shows ago that hard his game is up, his game is down. You can't really come in this game. And I think LB can dominate Hayden. I think he can dominate him. And tonight is the night to do it. Like you
Well,
say, like, go ahead. Like you were saying, he don't have to get the points, but get those rebounds, those blocks, and maybe 3 or 4 assists.
see, the thing about Aiden, I mean, the thing about Embiid and Harden, they if they come into this game and they're coming to shot jack and they're coming to get their buckets and stuff like that. They're doing what Phoenix wants them to do. Listen, last game we only lost. We only lost by a few points. We only lost by 5 points. And guess what it was? It was due to crucial turnovers. We had 14 turnovers. Okay, last game. That's what that's what killed us. Okay. And then on top of that, like I said, we got out rebounded and we shot horrible. We outshot them. They actually shot 23% from 3 point range, but we still shot not much better. We shot at 31%, but we outshot them in terms of field goal. But the thing about it is that's what Phoenix want. That's what Monty Williams wants them to do. They want Harden to be a shot jacker. They want Embiid to be a shot jacker. Meanwhile, you're taking away from the other team. Listen, what we need to do, we need to be well rounded, and more importantly, we can't play Phoenix's game. Their tempo, in my opinion, is the best in the league besides Boston. Boston has a kind of a rugged, up tempo defensive style. That's why they number one. And Phoenix has an up tempo style, up tempo finesse style. They could get rugged too, and they're physical and they're scrappy too to some degree. That's why they number three in defensive efficiency. So
Right.
we're ranked number 10. We got to play the defensive side of the ball, man. And the only person that's really doing it is Thibault and Tobias Harris. It hasn't been Embiid. It hasn't been Harden. Okay, it hasn't been. I mean, Harden he stepped it up to just a slight degree, but it's really been Maxi, Thibault, and Niang because Niang had a good defensive output. And then you got to remember that last game that we played Stephen Green, we had Curry and we also had Andre Drummond too. But our team is completely different now. But Monty Williams is still going to try to expose you no matter what, and that's what I'm worried about.
You think Jordan, you think he can be a big help off the bench?
Um, DeAndre Jordan he's really played. He's played great. He's really surprised me, especially coming over from the Lakers. He's done a good job off the bench. Now, this will be a good test. You're on point with what you say, Stephen Green. We will have to play this tonight. Embiid can't go out there. See, this is what Embiid's going to try to do. He's going to try to go out there and make his stand for the MVP. Which I mean, sometimes you kind of can't blame that. But okay, which one is more important, man? Getting us to the Eastern Conference, possibly the finals, or just the MVP? And then next thing you know, it's all water under the bridge because the whole season is a damn failure. Which one would you prefer?
The Eastern Conference Finals and the possibility to the NBA Finals. Do you think in the first round of playoffs, do you
Mhm.
think if we play Brooklyn in the first round of playoffs, do you think they can give us problems? Or you think they'll give us problems but we can still win the series? I think if we play them, I think it can go 7 games with Brooklyn.
Mm, I mean, it's possible, but the edge that we have on Brooklyn is our defense. Even though we're not we're not that much better. I mean, they rank 20th in defensive efficiency. We rank 10. So we got the edge on them. But at the same token, they beat us that last game. They beat us when we pretty much had all our horses. What's up with the True Viking? I see you in the building, Queen. They beat us while we had all our pieces or whatever, and they beat us without Ben Simmons. No, they pretty much said in their mind they know that Ben Simmons ain't gonna be back. So that's another thing. But we're not that much better defensively. But I think we could beat any team if we move the ball and stop being stagnated looking at Joel Embiid. That because that's what coaches want us to do, Stephen Green. But if you go look at Phoenix, you look at they move the ball, man. They share the ball, they up pace tempo. You look at Memphis, they ain't got John Moran. Guess what? They up tempo, moving the ball, moving around, they sharing the ball. You look at Boston Celtics, they sharing the ball, they moving it around or whatever, and they the ones that's winning.
Yeah, yeah, because I was seeing a game when they were playing against Miami. We had them beat, but we just made a couple of mistakes.
Hmm.
But if we haven't made those mistakes, I believe that we would beat Miami. I think the team that I'm worried about in the playoffs that we was to face is the Milwaukee Bucks or the
Oh
and
yeah,
the
that's facts.
Boston Celtics. I think those two teams that I would worry about in the playoffs. I think all the others we can beat. We can match up with them. We can match up with Milwaukee. We can match up with Boston, but they will be like a problem for us.
Hmm. What?
Um, Go ahead.
Well, no. Going back, well, I want to go back to Phoenix for a second. I'll get on Milwaukee in just a second or whatever. But I want to go back and I want to make a case for Devin Booker. We also got to remember Devin Booker and CP3 are going to be a problem in the backcourt too as well. CP3 is going to pick James Harden apart, and Devin Booker could pick up apart too. And don't forget about I think tonight or this evening is also you got two of the best defenders in the league. When you talk about Thibault, and you also talk about Mikal Bridges, who I have as number one defensive player of the year. You know what I'm saying? So that's going to be a key thing too. Mikal Bridges is all over the floor, but people underrate him as a scorer, like the brother Hitman X was saying, and I agree with him. That's why he's my favorite player on that squad. He put up 23 on us last time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And,
Booker put up 35 on us last time.
right.
CP3 put us 16 and had 12 assists on us last time. You see what
Right.
I'm saying? Five scored. Well, with the exception of Crowder, they were in double figures.
Right. And also too, we gotta keep our radar open for Johnson because you leave him open, he can pop in those threes anytime he wants.
Yeah, Cam Johnson. Yeah, man. Cam Johnson. He gonna be rooting for his trials today. But yeah, Cam Johnson. He didn't shoot that well last game because he only had 7 points and he shot 1 of 7 from 3 pointers. So he was 1 of 8 from field goal. So he was very inefficient. But you got to look out for JaVale McGee because he had a double double with 15 and 12, and he's a shot blocker too because he had 2 blocks.
Okay, what time do that game start? Like 7 or 10
At
o'clock?
four 4:50.
Okay.
Yeah, it's right
And
around the corner.
in Philly, right?
Oh, y- yeah, no, we're in Phoenix. We're in Phoenix. They're gonna be in
Okay.
Phoenix. Last time they were in Philly.
Okay.
Yeah, but now you were talking about the Bucks. Now the Bucks, the Bucks are a scary team, but they're proving that anybody could beat them. They got blown out yesterday by Memphis.
Right.
Yeah, they beat them like 127 to 101 or something like that. But nevertheless, they didn't have John Morant.
Mhm.
You see what I'm saying? But no, everybody just sweeps that under the rug. That ain't nothing or whatever. Shoot, you better pay attention to Memphis. You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah, because
better pay attention. Oh, my bad. Go ahead, bro.
they could be them and the Suns in the Western Conference Finals.
Ooh, who are you calling it like that? Shoot, maybe even the Timberwolves, huh? Look,
Yeah.
look. See, we laugh when we say that though, but Carl Anthony Towns, man, he was hooping. He been hooping too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think he's a candidate for the MVP.
Who? Carl Anthony Towns?
Yeah.
Mm, I don't know, man, because they've been having all they ducks up there. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to think about it. Like if the only reason I give you that just a little bit, not too much, is because if you take Carl Anthony Towns out of the lineup, then okay. what would it do? And that's one of the reasons why I took John Morant out of there was because you take John Morant out of there, guess what? They still winning. Matter of fact, they like 17 and 2 without John Morant.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's just like that. That makes like okay, well, he can't be an MVP because they're winning without him or whatever. But see, Jokic, it's hard to argue Jokic. He ain't got Michael Porter Jr. He ain't got he ain't got Jamal Murray. Ain't had Jamal Murray the whole entire season, man.
Yeah. Joker. I call him like he's like the blue collar. He's like the blue collar worker on the court.
Yeah, I like that. I like the way you said that. Yeah, I like that. I like how you said that. Yeah, that's fact. So, his game ain't all that pretty. You know what I'm saying? It ain't enjoyable to watch. But guess what? He gonna win.
Do you think he's going to get a championship?
Who Jokic?
Yeah.
Whew. Um. It's hard to say, man, because I could see he's been dealt a bad hand. You got players there that unfortunately can't stay healthy. You know, Jamal Murray, he been out, and Michael Porter Jr. But I kind of see what they were trying to do. You got Aaron Gordon there though and stuff, but man, it's hard to say. A better question is who will get a championship first though, him or Luca?
I would say Luca because Luca got the players around him
Hmm.
to do
Right.
it. I can see Joker. I think his closest will probably be a Western Conference Finals. I don't know if he has it if that team can go to the finals, but he has a time to go to the conference finals
Hmm.
because it's like each year they get better and better and better, but when it's
Hmm.
time to go in the playoffs, they choke.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's facts. Yeah, and that's one of the knocks on him. That's a good point, Steven. Yeah. That was one of the knocks on Jokic too. Can he get it done when it really matters? You know, um, because you got him who's international. You got Embiid who's international. You got Giannis who's international, and you got Luca who's international. So you got four guys, pretty much in the top five right now, who they having an MVP conversation. Guess where? Guess where they from? They from third world country.
Yeah, yep. And I'm hearing these rumors, and I don't know if it's true that
Hmm.
LeBron wants to play for us.
Man, look, I'm I'm gonna tell you what's going on. Okay, Melo is the one that's probably gonna be coming to us, not LeBron. Okay, I do not want LeBron in Philly. I don't. You know, I don't because we already got a head case there in Harden. So, that's enough right there. All right. We're having to deal with that. Harden has been somewhat on his on his best behavior, even though I don't like the fact that he be ducking the smoke and shit. But I don't want LeBron. I mean, would you want LeBron there?
I couldn't count on him. I mean, I couldn't count on him. If we
Uh-huh.
winning or losing, or is he gonna do he? If we losing, is he gonna come back next year, or he gonna go to a team that's winning?
Right.
As long as you
Right.
winning, he stays. But when you losing and have young players, he wants to bail out. And you
Okay.
talking, and you talking about he's better than Jordan. He's the greatest all players all time. Greatest player all time. Don't go from team to team. Jordan didn't do it. Magic,
Yeah.
Bird, Broccoli, they didn't do it.
Right.
I mean, when he first came to the Bulls, I mean, the Bulls were garbage. And
Hmm.
then it was an average team. They went to the playoffs. They lost. And then when they picked up um, Pippen, made a few trades, Bulls started winning championships.
Right.
You're not gonna come in the league and expect to do great in the playoffs and championship. It goes through phases. I mean, all superstars go through that. You know,
That's fact.
they develop, they develop, and it's like LeBron don't have patience for it. And I'm gonna tell you, LeBron ain't winning no more championships. His last championship, his last championship was in the bubble. It's over. I mean, that's probably why, if it's true that he want to come to Philly, I'd rather have Melo than to have LeBron.
Right.
If we get Melo, that would be a huge help for us
Hmm.
because we don't because he got what 1 year contract. If we get him, we don't have to give up nobody. That
Well,
would that, Go ahead.
no, no, go ahead, bro. You got it, man.
Oh, I was saying that would be a huge help for us.
Look,
And
look, Steven.
yeah,
First and foremost, I want people to know that there's five things that already make Michael Jordan ahead. If we're talking about, if we're gonna do the comparison to LeBron and Michael in terms of just accolades alone, because I don't like to compare their skill set because to me they play two totally entire games. But if we want to get on, you know, stats and accolades and stuff like that, well, to me the most important is doing it at the highest level, right? So Michael Jordan, uh, in pretty much five categories, he's already checked them off. He has an MVP. He has a Finals MVP. Now, LeBron could be on pace to get the scoring title, but Michael Jordan has a Defensive Player of the Year, and not only that too, his team won the championship and he won the Finals MVP. So he's pretty much he's checked off.
right back.
He's checked he's checked off in those categories, and he's done it multiple times because he's done it. Okay, yeah, LeBron has done it multiple times in terms of the MVP, but in terms of the scoring title, Michael Jordan had done it Defensive Player of the Year, and on top of that, in terms of the championships too. You know what I'm saying? He's done it, time and time again. And not only that, he's three-peated twice in his career, which is
Right.
hard to do. That's why like I don't understand why people they just underrate the value of Kobe Bryant because Kobe Bryant three-peated and he repeated. You know what I'm saying? He three-peated and repeated. That's why you got to have Kobe Bryant on your top Lakers. You got to have Magic on your top Lakers. You got to have Kareem on your top Lakers. You know why? Because them guys they repeated and three-peated. And Shaquille because
Hmm.
Shaquille as much as people don't want to put him up there, he three-peated. Nobody
Yep.
nobody else had done that. And when we talk about in terms of the Lakers, I mean Jerry West he never repeated. Will Chamberlain he never repeated. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Kareem did,
Right.
Magic did, Kobe did. You know what I'm saying? So I look at it from that standpoint. But anyways, I'm going off the rails. But that's why, like to me, yeah, LeBron he repeated with Miami. But that was it. Now, if listen, LeBron has okay. Let's get back to what you were talking about just a few seconds ago. You were saying about him coming to Philly. That
Right.
move would have it probably would have made sense like if he was like in his prime. You see what I'm saying? Like I'm
Right.
talking about at his peak. But some people argue and be like, "Well, he's still in his peak, man. He's about to lead the league in scoring." No, 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 no. No, I'm talking about in terms of peak and value because can he really carry a team by himself? No, he can't.
Mhm.
Not no more. He need help.
Yeah. And plus, he's getting more injuries more. He's not
Yeah, yeah,
he's
yeah.
not durable. He's not durable player that he used to be. Um,
Um, I mean, he sure has more durable, unfortunately, than than AD, who getting ready to come back. But you gotta cringe and brace yourself every time he touched the floor, Stephen Green, because it's like, damn, is this motherfucker fitting to fall again? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but that's why I made a video. I was like, yeah, Anthony Davis coming back, but he likely to get hurt again. He done missed.
yeah,
Listen, only him and Kawhi Leonard have missed the most uh, percentages of their NBA career. Kawhi Leonard have missed like 31% or something like that, and AD has missed 23%. That's a lot.
yeah, yeah. He'll he'll probably come back. Like he'll probably come back before the playing game. But the playing game, he's going to have to play it harder because he's like going to be in a rush play mode because he's going to have to try to help put his team in the playoffs.
Uh-huh.
So he got to rush his game. He got to rush everything and
Hmm.
balance everything and trying to put a team in a position that also is easier to get injured as well too
Hmm.
by rushing because he's gonna try to rush himself back in. I mean that's your NBA player. That's what you're supposed to do.
Right.
But he's gonna have a high risk of injury coming back.
Yeah, hey Stephen Green, your squad fitting to play.
In St. Pete's.
Yeah. Hey, Steven said that St. Peter's gonna win it all, man.
Yeah, I say they win it all if Duke and Kansas don't go. But since Duke in and if they was to play Duke, they ain't gonna have a
Hmm.
chance. Duke will destroy them.
You
And I
you
yeah.
think St. Peter's is gonna destroy Duke?
No, if St. Peter was gonna beat Duke, I say they'll probably beat them by three or 2 points.
I don't know
But
because the pressure. See, man, the thing about it though, Stephen, man, and I had to look at that and I had to really understand what you were saying about St. Peter's. Man. I was like, man, Stephen Green was on point about St. Peter's, man. Cause they ain't got nothing to lose. They like shit. Well, nobody know who he is, so we might as well just make the most of it while we here. And that's the. But with Carolina, it's like, man, you playing on tradition. It's like if you lose, man, they gonna talk about all the Carolina folks that were champions, stuff like that. Man, they gonna remember you lose. St. Peter, they gonna remember them for just getting there.
yeah, yeah. But how would it sound? I mean, what's your opinion? How would it sound if St. Peter win the whole thing? That wouldn't sound too good, would it?
Yeah, but the thing about it is that's what it needs. We need a shakeup like that, man. We need a shakeup like that, man, because like I'm saying, like you know, the same team winning every year, and then also like I was telling y'all a little bit earlier, whatever. In terms of the conspiracy theories and stuff like that, they're gonna be like, well, man, they just put Coach K in there so that he could win the whole thing and stuff. Honestly, I don't really want to hear that, man.
You don't want to hear it, but think about it.
Hmm.
Those players know that this is his last run for the tournament. So what that means is those players, you can see it in the games, you can see it on the court. They're
Uh-huh.
busting their butts off so he can go off off a good deal of a championship. They playing hard for this man.
But see, the thing about it is, see, the thing that I love is that, that as a competitor, I don't care if you Coach K or not, man. I'm here to spoil it for you, man. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Look, I got respect for you, man, but shoot, you got to get the smoke, bruh. It's like, okay, it's like this. Remember when Deontay Wilder was about to fight Tyson Fury, and Tyson Fury, something happened with Tyson Fury's daughter and all that stuff,
right.
and what's his name? Deontay Wilder was like, "Look, I feel sorry for your daughter, but come later though, I'm still gonna beat your ass."
Yeah. Yep.
Ooh,
It's all about winning, man. It's all about winning. They don't care what the circumstance is. I'm here to win.
right.
Yep.
Yeah, they sit up there, they want us, they want people to take it easy and all this other stuff. No, it don't work like that, man. Especially like, come on, Stephen Green. If Maryland was in it, you honestly want to lose to Coach K to just let him ride off in the sunset? Nah, you gonna be like, nah, because what were you saying? You said, man, I'm still harboring them feelings about when we lost to Duke, and you gonna remember that, man.
Yeah, I mean, I respect the club. I respect the coach, but I'm gonna play hard to win my game. I'm gonna play hard. He
Right.
gonna have to like his retirement. He gonna have to earn his victories. He gonna have to earn the tournament,
Mhm.
man. So he gotta earn it,
Yeah, you gotta earn it, man. Ain't nothing gonna be, given to you. 7
right?
Carolina. Yeah, they up 7-0, man.
Who winning? Cause I'm taking my fiance on a date.
Ca-
I ain't seeing the game right now.
Okay, yeah, date night tonight, huh? Date day today. It's 7-0 Carolina. They
What?
yeah,
What they
Carolina
what
up,
they, they
huh?
shooting three? They shooting threes?
They doing it in the interior.
Oh, okay, okay.
They not really they. I mean, the only guy that could really kind of shoot is Love, and the guy with the beard. But other than that, man, they gonna get into the interior.
Oh, okay.
Mhm. But yeah, man, I ain't want to hold you up, man. I know about to get it out, with the fiance and everything, man.
I'm just on my way picking up for work, and then we're gonna go out to eat once I pick her up
Yeah.
from work. I'm on my way now picking her up.
When you say you was taking that trip to the Philippines?
Oh, I'm going this summer. I'm going
Okay.
in I'm going in July. I was gonna stay for a week.
Hmm.
This is my first time going over there.
Man, be careful over there, man.
You been there before?
No, I ain't never been, man. It's just, being outside of the U.S. and especially like with the world being the way it is and stuff, man. I tell anybody that goes out of the U.S., man, just to be safe. You know what I'm saying? No matter what they do, you know, because everybody ain't. We might be polite, you know what I'm saying, but the fact that we in the U.S. or something like that, you know what I'm saying, they frown upon us, stuff like that. And I keep telling people the war, there really isn't. Like they keep calling it a war. It's really not no war. The war really is food supply shortages. The war is really with the gas prices. The war is really with the over the overcrowding of the schools
Right. And
lack of funding for education.
yeah, how much is gas prices in Texas?
Um, they're anywhere from I know I've heard as much as you know six. I know where we're at. It's in the fours. I think the other day I went to a pump. It was like at 380 something. So it depends on where you go, what part of Texas you go. I know over here it's like, four and 380.
Gas prices here is $4.40.
Yeah, yeah, and like I know in California, some people is paying like $6, $7, man,
Wow,
for a
wow.
gallon and stuff. Yeah, it's I mean it is not no joke. And people like, oh well, that's not a big deal, or blah 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 or whatever. Yeah, it is.
I was
Y'all
I
have
was
no.
looking I was looking at the news that Ukraine they had interviewed the Klitschko brothers, and they
Hmm.
had army hats, guns, and they was ready. They said that we're not gonna let Russia take over this country, and they said they're gonna join the fight in Ukraine. Even celebrities in Ukraine is helping fight this thing.
Well, this isn't the the situation that's going on between these two has been going on for years. This isn't anything new, man. Um, and really, man, like it goes so deep because of you know what's going on with Poland, and then also you got to take into account what the situation what happened with Germany. You know what I'm saying? We were actually we were allies, believe it or not, with Russia. I mean, we were allies to take down Germany because of what went on with the concentration camps and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right?
So the situation, man. I just feel like, man, why are we? Look, I don't have no look. When we talk about the kids, we talk about the women, we talk about the children, we talk about innocent people, stuff like that. Look, I don't want people to get killed, stuff like that. But we got problems that cease to exist within our own country, Stephen Green.
I know.
And
And,
I find it odd that you funding people billions of dollars of money, for this quote unquote war, and then you giving them uh, relief benefits and stuff like that when they come in. Well, what about some of the people that have been waiting to get their citizenship to be, with immigration stuff like that, got to get their paperwork and stuff like that. You just gonna automatically bypass them?
right, because they had the people because they were showing on the news that they have people from Ukraine coming to America, and some of them coming to Virginia, and they come
Hmm.
here when they don't even have to get a passport. They just come up here with nothing. They can get jobs, public assistance, and they bring them.
Yeah. Room and board, you know what I'm saying? Free
And
room and board.
and even if the war's over, they still can stay in the United States. And
Yeah. I'm like, damn, okay, name a country that gonna do that for us. Nigga, we be having to go through so much shit, Stephen Green.
I had to get a passport, to go to the Philippines. I can't go there for free. I had to get a passport just to go up
Hmm.
there.
Right, right.
Yeah, I mean, you already have Hispanics and different races of people
Hmm.
and adding another race. I'm not disrespecting different races of people, but like you
Hmm.
say, man, we need help too. You know,
Yeah,
what about us?
yeah. It ain't no disrespect at all, man. I look. I got love for all people. You know what I'm saying? I got love for all people that don't disrespect me. You know what I'm saying? But at the same token, listen, we gotta be real and we gotta be honest about something. Okay, like we got a lot of stuff that needs to be taken care of over here that you just kind of just haven't paid attention to. Um, you know, and act like nothing here exists. What about the people? Uh, I find it strange, Stephen Green, that they don't even talk about the COVID no more. They lifting the mandates and all this other stuff to focus on this. Don't that seem strange?
Yeah,
They don't even talk about it no more.
yeah, because we took the shots, then we took the booster shots,
Uh huh.
and then you still get it.
Right.
Um, I took the vaccine, but I haven't took the booster yet,
Hmm.
and it's like you scratching your head.
Yeah.
Does this stuff work?
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And look, I'm not trying to I ain't trying to get in all that. I know some people might, they might get offended about that, but the thing about it is that you have to scratch your head. Like you're on point with that, Stephen, because it's kind of like, okay, now you were so paranoid about taking this and taking that. Now the attention has shifted talking
Right.
about this, and it's a sense of urgency for these people, stuff like that. Well, damn. Well, which one is it though? Because last time y'all were dominating the headlines about how many people were passing away from this thing. Now it's like you hear about Russia, you hear about Ukraine, you hear about this, you hear about that. You know what I'm saying? Like it just makes absolutely no sense. No
Yeah.
sense at all.
I had a friend of mine that took the all of those shots and still had COVID and still in the
Mm,
hospital.
yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, because you know people, they get all paranoid. Oh yeah, did you do this or did you do that? Look, every time you ask me that, I, look, I'm not gonna tell you whether I did or didn't. And also, I'm gonna tell you, it's my body, my choice. Just like anybody else, it's your body, your choice. You shouldn't have to let anybody persuade you into doing anything. And people want to talk about Kyrie's not a hero, like cooning and buffooning Stephen A. Smith. Well, okay, you were on your damn near your deathbed. You better keep the same energy because you had to come on the network letting everybody know. "Oh, well, man, I almost passed away and and all this other stuff." But okay, so Kyrie ain't no hero.
Mm. He's a hero, and I'm glad they let him play home games because they should have let him play. And then they talk about he got to take the vaccinated shot. It should be a
Hmm.
choice if you want to take it or not. You know.
But
Go ahead.
no, no, I was agreeing with you, bro.
Yeah, you shouldn't have to take it. And I'm just glad they just let him play not only road games, he can play the home games too. Because on the court, you want the best with the best. And Kyrie is one of the best players, And I like each team to have their best players. That's how you get styles in games. It's the best, and he deserved to be on the court. Whether he to take the shot or not.
Well, I know this, man. Like if if Kyrie if Kyrie would have did um let's say he did do it, right?
Right.
And he ended up getting the getting the getting the COVID or whatever, then guess what?
Right.
It 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 wouldn't have, like, they they don't understand that people were still getting it, you know what I'm saying, regardless of whether you try to force them to do it or not.
Right.
Because what's his name, Stephen A. Smith was sitting up there saying, "Oh yeah, well, yeah, you should take the shot and da 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 da. You put yourself before the
Right.
team and all this other stuff." Okay, well, you took the shot too, and
Right.
you still ended up getting sick. So it didn't really make you exempt for anything. So really, that makes you even more dumb. And then on top of that, I believe that your narrative and your agenda or whatever, it really is your narrative and your agenda. He sat up there, Stephen Green, and he had the audacity to sit up there and say, "Well, they pay me to say this stuff. I don't really want to." Man, yeah, right. Well, if you was really about that life and you was really for us and you was really for the people and really about what you say you about, you would be like, "Nah, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that."
Hey, I got to end this conversation. I'm in my job, my fiance, but I'm gonna holler at you later, man. Next time you go live.
Okay, that's what's up, man. Um, like the video, share, subscribe, hit the notification, Polo Sports Talking Entertainment. I'll get at y'all later.